The Game Boy Advance is an amazing console that still to this day has a lot of ongoing support, so in this video we're going to look at some popular ROM hacks on the handheld which you might not know about. Now before jumping into this video, I just want to say that most of these ROMs are coming from gamebrew.org and they can be downloaded directly from the website. In case you want to try any of these yourself, I'll leave a link to Gamebrew in the description below. First up is WarioLand 4 Parallel World. Released on the 20th anniversary of WarioLand 4, this ROM hack is a remix of the original game, changing both the levels and bosses. It also adds new custom music, a diamond collectible counter, and new difficulty settings, which are all subtle improvements, but they're nice to have. A big upside for me personally with this ROM hack is how well the levels are designed, because when they say that the levels have been remixed, what they actually mean is they are basically all brand new. Now this is because while the theme and mechanics from each level are about the same from the original game, the layout and design are completely changed, and they make the game feel entirely different. And the creator didn't skimp out when it comes to the collectibles either, as there are a ton of them tucked away on every single level. Even the collectible CDs in the original game have been replaced with new video game music, meaning you can now jam out to Undertale songs, which is pretty wild. All in all, I can't recommend this game enough, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Pokemon Unbound is one of the most recent popular ROM hacks on the GBA, acting as a ROM hack for Pokemon Fire Red. At first glance, you wouldn't even know this is a custom game, as it has all the stuff you'd find in a normal mainline Pokemon title. Everything from the story, soundtrack, cutscenes, missions, and more have all been recreated, and they all tie in together with a new custom Pokemon region. I really can't emphasize how much content is included in this game, as it even lets you fully customize your character and choose between two different storylines. It's really insane how well done this ROM hack is, and it's a Pokemon game that even casual fans of the series are gonna enjoy. Now for a little context, I say casual fans because this game can be scaled up or down depending on your skill level, so even if you struggle with difficult Pokemon games, this one is pretty accessible. And for those hardcore Pokemon fans, you can make the game extremely challenging if you want. It's entirely up to you. It's no secret that I'm not the biggest Pokemon person, but I didn't have a problem picking this one up and having a good time with it, which does say a lot about how well done this game actually is. The Doom PC conversion on the GBA is a sort of recent ROM hack that moves away from the old Jaguar Doom engine and onto a newer homebrew engine entirely. What this means is firstly, the frame rate is much better and the graphics and music are a lot higher quality. Even the HUD has been updated here to match the one used in Doom 2, which is a minor change, but it does look nice. It's also pretty cool that True Nightmare mode now properly respawns monsters like it's supposed to, making this version of Doom one step closer to the original. But now with all of that said, one thing you do have to know about this ROM hack is that it does adjust the controls slightly, which some might like while others not so much. The controls as a whole aren't terrible, but they do take a little getting used to, and I can easily see how a fan of the original Doom might not be on board with this current control scheme. Yet even with that in mind, you really can't deny how impressive this ROM hack is, especially when putting it side by side to the original GBA game. So if you like Doom and you want the best version of it on your Game Boy Advance, this is probably the one you gotta look out for. Metroid Desolation is a zero mission ROM hack that completely changes how the game works. This is because while Zero Mission tends to guide the player in certain directions, Desolation opts to move away from that formula by making the game non-linear. On top of that, this ROM hack is also just an entirely different game with a brand new storyline and even multiple new endings that are all determined based on your progress within the game. Stuff like the audio has also been revamped, and soundtracks from other Metroid games are now included but are slightly altered, and they actually sound pretty good. Even just looking at the custom pixel art found within different areas, it's clear to see how this game was a labor of love. At the end of the day, this title kind of feels like a blend between AM2R and Zero Mission, and that's never a bad thing. Also, it's probably worth noting that many feel this game is pretty difficult, so if you're a beginner to the Metroid series, this one might not be the best first choice. Still, it's really well done, and I thought this was a cool spin on the Zero Mission formula, so be sure to check it out. Mother 3 English translation is by far far the oldest ROM hack in this video, and that's because it released back in 2008. To provide a little context, Mother 3 is a sequel to Earthbound, which was known as Mother 2 in Japan. People for years had been wanting an English version of Mother 3 on the Game Boy Advance, but that was pretty unlikely to happen, so fans eventually took it into their own hands and they created their own translated version of the game. It took dozens of workers and thousands of hours, but eventually the project was completed, with Mother 3 finally being fully playable in English. Besides the language translation though, the core game itself is still pretty much the same, and from what I've experienced, it's a pretty well done RPG. Now again, keep in mind I have only played a few hours of Earthbound, and I don't know much about the Mother lore, so I don't think it's worth me talking about the game itself in this video, but it's still really cool to see that this Japan release has a fan translation, and judging by the amount of people who praise it online, I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you want to try this one. And so that just about ends the video there. Over the past month or so, I've been playing a lot of my GBA games, and I've been trying to pick up titles that are a little more niche, which got me thinking about GBA ROM hacks, because there are so many out there that you hardly ever hear about, and that's just really unfortunate. So if you have any recommendations, please throw them down in the comments so me and viewers can check them out for ourselves. Also, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of the creators of these ROM hacks, as none of this would be possible without them. Seriously, it takes a lot of work to make these games happen, so please go follow and support them on their respective platforms. Anyways, with all of that said, I hope you have a great safe day or night. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you very soon. Take care.